Hello, everybody. Happy freaking Friday. Welcome to the Local Marketing Institute Q&A Live with your fabulous hosts, Greg Gifford from Search Lab Digital, which you can, of course, find on LinkedIn, and me, Ben Fisher, Steady Demand, which you can also find on LinkedIn. And by the way, we have sound effects. So thank you, Greg. We appreciate you, buddy. All right, next up is the Local Marketing Institute Connect. You can find us on Facebook, where we have just a little bit north of 2.6 thousand members, just like you. And then finally, if you would like Greg and I in your ear at any time of the day, wherever you are at, you can go find us on Apple and Google, Spotify, and even iHeartRadio.
Boom.
All right, we're good. All right, so let's see who's in the roll call for the day. Dude, Greg, you're like in twice.
Yeah,
Oh
because I
God.
guess it didn't. Oh, you can kick out the search lab thing, I guess. But
No, that's okay. Keep the AI.
um, yeah, I'm in twice because I have to be in once for the sound effects on the other computer.
I know. But we get twice the Greg. There's nothing
Double
wrong.
Greg.
Double Greg. Yes. So, all right. So, who do we got? We have Daniela. We have Donna. What's going on? We've got. I think we've seen Greg before. Juan. Juan's only in once today, by the way. Just saying.
But Lindsay's in twice,
Yeah, oh, yes, we do have Lindsay. Lindsay is in twice.
and
Mark.
Michael's in twice.
Mark is once. Mark, why are you not in twice? What's wrong, dude? Come on. All right. Michael's in twice. What's going on, Michael? Good to see you. And there we go. Paul is in there. What's going on, Paul? Sheila, good to see you. Stephen Asman, you are. All right, cool. I think that is all of our regulars. Everybody else, thank you so much for joining us. And yes, so little bit. Yeah, Paul, that's because you're in twice. So of course you get singled out for it, you know. We can't double you out for it, but we can single you out for it. So all right. So a little housekeeping. So we only have a couple things today, like usual. So that means that everybody needs to hop into the question and answer widget and throw in anything. It could be a GBP roast, it could be an audit, it could be us slamming you or your competitor. We really don't care. We'll have fun with it. And we will tell you exactly what we think. And then, as far as that goes, we now have two. So what I would love to see is over the next 20 minutes, let's get that up to 10. And then
Jordy, the question and answer widget is down on the bottom of the Zoom window, and it says Q&A. It has a little question and like a speech bubble. And so if you click there, it will allow you to go put your question in there. The reason we want everyone to put them there is because if you put it in chat and more people chat, then it gets buried. If it's in Q&A, it keeps stacked up just what the questions are so that we can get to them.
yep. All right. With that, I guess we should probably jump into what we have existing. Give me a second. Like, there we are.
Ooh, we're starting with roast today, aren't we?
No, we're getting there. We're getting there. All right. So the first thing is just so everybody knows, you will be getting an email about this, of course, very soon. Just a webinar announcement. It's going to be myself, Will Scott, and Darren Shaw, and we'll be talking about our favorite subject, local and AI. Yay. So if you'd like, join that there. All right, next thing is really quickly, and that is this is I don't know how interesting this really is, but according to a LinkedIn thread, glad people are, by the way, using LinkedIn more and more these days. I'm just saying, dude. But according to a LinkedIn thread, so I guess the knowledge panel is now being filled with AI-driven services or GBPs, just like how there's an AI description. So, very soon, maybe you might not even have to touch the services area of your Google Business Profile, which I think that would suck, but it is Google. Let's see. Yay. All right. And then we do have one question, and then we will get into the burns.
So
So,
let's do the question first.
yeah. Right. So I'm just going to ask it. We can both answer it. How's that?
That works.
Keep it simple. This is about a reinstatement, actually. Stuck in account disabled, doesn't follow guidelines, loop. Okay. And it says voluntarily disabled. Ooh, this could actually be an interesting one. All right, let's get into this real quick. It's a oh Jesus Christmas. This is a book. Uh yeah. Whatever. I'm gonna do it.
Let's do it. Let's do
All right.
it.
All right.
Start with the fun one.
Yeah,
Hold
it's
on. Hold on. Hold on. I don't have a. There we go.
hey. All right. Okay, here goes. It's a book, by the way, everybody. So yeah, have fun. I know I will. I am trying to reinstate a Google business profile for Odyssey Team Camp, OTC. And the profile appears to be stuck in a loop that treats it like a guideline violation disablement, even though it was disabled at the business's request. Key context to frame things properly. OTC is a seasonal summer camp that is legally leased and operated at Camp Timber Falls, CTT, every summer for many years. OTC is effectively inside CTT during the season. By the way, this sounds like it's already not eligible for a GBP.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Historically, Google handled it correctly. OTC had its own GBP and was labeled inside Camp Timber Trails, which also does not get a GBP unless they have an office. Several years ago, due to safety concerns, OTC serves a large LGBTQ population and there were concerns about hate crimes. This person's extremely detailed. Their camp has asked that their presence location be removed from Google Maps and Google disabled the OTC listing. I feel like I should be getting paid for this. All right.
It's a long one.
Oh, that's nowhere near done, by the way. Current issue, exact message. Sound off in the chat, by the way, if we should skip this one or just keep going for the fun of it, by the way, everybody. Okay, you're gonna have to read the answers on that one though in chat.
I will, but keep going because I'm interested to, I already know the answer, but I'm interested to see where it's everybody wants to keep going. Let's keep going.
All right, okay. Current issue exact message. When we try to manage slash reinstate the profile, you can't do both at the same time. We get this exact message. Your access has been disabled because the profile doesn't follow the guidelines. Edit your business info. Learn how to regain access. However, this profile was not suspended for misconduct. It was not. Not at all. It was disabled due to the prior safety-driven request. And now OTC wants it reinstated. Oh, okay. I know. This is fun. All right. Appeals tool loop already attempted. And by the way, when I go into the dramatics, it's like because they have something in brackets.
Sweet. Awesome.
So I have to make it dramatic. All right. We've already tried the Google Business Profile appeal process. The appeals tool reports no content to appeal in this tool, and we know what that issue is. And any other paths we've tried route us back to the same disabled access state and same guideline-based messaging. In other words, we're stuck in an automated loop where every path leads back to the same starting point without a clear way to handle reinstatement for a profile that was voluntarily disabled by request. I've tried to seek help through the community, no success. The thread was locked with no response. Other support attempts. We've also tried to reach Google Business Profile support through Messenger. Wow.
I didn't know you could do
This
that.
is this is like 4 years ago, of course, right? Through Messenger. To the official GBP Facebook community group. Uh-huh. Which historically could be a reliable support channel, but we did not get any actionable help, and it does not appear to be a viable support path anymore. What we need help with. What is the correct process to reinstate a profile which was voluntarily disabled by request? especially for a seasonal business that operates located in another verified location. Is there a specific support escalation path for profiles disabled by requests that are now showing that don't follow the guidelines disabled in message? In our reinstatement attempts, we submitted a lease agreement, photos of signage, business registration docs. We were always sent an automated response that made us think the request was never really reviewed by a human. How do we get the profile out of the disabled access guidelines so we can get it reviewed and reinstated? Thanks so much for your assistance.
Is the person that asked this here today?
That would be fun. Jordan.
Jordan. Jordy, are you Jordan? That's you? I see
Um,
yes. I think that's,
yep.
yeah. Okay. So here's the deal, Jordy. You're not eligible to have a profile. The we requested to have it taken down bit doesn't matter. You are a sometimes summer camp operating out of another summer camp's location. That summer camp is eligible because they have a physical location and permanent signage. You're there for a few weeks every summer and that's it, but your name's not on the sign. You're not eligible for a profile.
Right. It's pretty
It's
much
that
that
simple.
easy. Yeah. And also, just because you asked them to take it down and they did, that doesn't mean a darn thing. It's disabled, it's suspended. You go through the standard process that everybody goes through for a
Jordy, let me know in chat, how is the name on the sign? Because if you're operating at another camp's location, their name is on the sign. How do you also have your name on the sign? There are two names on the sign. Okay, still doesn't matter. If you were the primary camp and the other one was the one that was leasing space from you, then you would be able to have a profile. But you are leasing the space from someone else just because you don't. I mean, okay, cool. You got the name on the sign. It doesn't mean that's your location. You are renting that space from another thing that is there year round. You can't have two businesses at the same address that are both camps. It's not allowed.
Mm. Yeah, so Google didn't create one. Actually, so a camper probably created it, more than likely.
Yeah. Yeah, it's probably a camper that created it, Jordy, but
Happens all the time.
unfortunately, you're not going to be able to get this done. There's no way that you're going to pass getting verified on this again.
Yeah, and you probably won't even have all the legal documents that are necessary for it anyway, because it's seasonal. So, but you can try. I mean, anybody can go through the appeal form, you
But
know.
but also, Jordy, are you asking because they just want to have it back, or you just want to have it back, or are there actual problems with families of campers not being able to find the location? Because if it's findability on maps, you just need to tell them, hey, we operate at this camp, and they can get their directions to the camp that way. If it's about getting reviews, you can get reviews on other websites or set up testimonials or have reviews on your own site. That's fine. You just can't get them on Google.
So, to answer your question, Michael, when it comes to something like a farmers markets usually are open at specific times, the same specific times, same place every year. So that is the rule for seasonal businesses, where they must be at the same place, same time every single year. And you usually will not even qualify for that location until you've been there for a couple of years, by the way. So, yep, exactly. Same bad channel, same bad time. And yeah, so that's the qualification there, which is why I kind of disagree. I think that this camp within a camp actually might be able to work if there is signage, if there is legal paperwork, if there is a dedicated office just for the seasonal business, which, by the way, that chances of that happening are very small.
But Jordy, they don't have a separate office just for this camp that is only used by Odyssey, correct? Yeah,
Yeah.
but here's the other thing. The phone number, when you call this camp, you're going to call the camp. It's going to ring to the office line at that camp. You put in somebody's cell phone for the other thing, but at this point, you're trying to cheat the guidelines. Like the way the guidelines work, you're just not eligible to have a profile.
All right.
And Google reviews honestly don't really matter for something like this because you can get reviews on tons of other websites and you can get testimonials on you already have testimonials on the page, on the website. You can get testimonials on Facebook. There's a lot of other places that you can get reviews and testimonials.
Yep, yep. All
So,
right. Cool.
all right.
So we have 5 Q&A in the hopper. Let's get that to 10 in the next 15 minutes.
And next we have a roaster audit, don't we?
I believe so. Yes, we do.
Let's share screen so everyone can
We
follow
got we
along.
have two. We have two actually. They both came from one came from Mary and one came from Rachel.
Ooh, I don't think Mary's here this week, and we told Mary to be here.
Uh-oh, wait a minute. No, Mary's not here. Ooh.
Who's the other one from?
Rachel, she's here.
Let's do Rachel's then. We can save
Oh, wait,
Mary's.
no, wrong Rachel.
Wrong Rachel.
Yeah, it's Rachel Bromberg is who we're looking for.
Well, I feel like if
Hmm.
we run out of time and need to use them, we could, but it would be much better if they were here so we could get clarification.
Let's go through the live.
Yeah, which means it's time for everybody to come on down. That whole
All right.
thing's a minute long. I'm not playing the whole thing.
No, fuck the hell no. Of course not. Wait, unless the audience was like, yes, you should play it, the entire thing.
Even if the audience told me to play the whole thing, I would not play the whole thing because, like, already
Yeah.
the 10 seconds was more than enough.
Wait. Really? You wouldn't? You wouldn't do it? Oh,
But
hey,
also, audience, you
not
guys,
today. Paul's like, no. Steven's like, no.
but we are psyched to have sound effects back, right? Yes, no, maybe, yes, yes. Okay, good,
I
awesome.
think I think you should do a clap one on that one.
Now I need to do.
No, fine.
I was honestly, what's really funny is so like I actually have my old laptop over here, and I'm doing this. That's why you see two of me in the window because for whatever reason this application does not work on my new MacBook, but it works on the old one still. So I'm dialed in there, and just now when I went to try to do this sound effect, I'm trying to use my mouse to go to a separate computer. So like, yeah, got to figure that out.
Yeah.
Anyway,
What's a Mac? You can do that.
not from one computer to another.
Yeah, you can. You can absolutely set that up, dude.
Not if my mouse is
Well,
connected to one computer and not the other.
no, you can use I believe you can to set up another computer as a secondary screen. And you
If
can
the computers they have to be connected though. These aren't connected other than we're both in the same Zoom.
I'm gonna Google this afterwards, okay? Because I'm about to get another Mac, so I want to know if I can do this or not.
Right.
Anyway, all right, fine. Let's see, what do we got? All
I
right.
will ask you this one first since you
All
got
right.
to read the last one.
Yeah, but
Uh,
actually, what we're wondering is if you have like, say you have a laptop and a desktop, and you somehow mirror the two images, can you grab your mouse from say the laptop and move it over to the desktop monitor? That's the question,
they
actually.
have to be connected though.
I
Like they
don't,
can't just like the mouse isn't gonna work on a computer that it's not even connected to.
it would be really cool if you could, though.
Yeah.
I
Oh,
don't
thanks, Paul. I mean, at least somebody's paying attention to what I'm saying, right?
know.
Okay.
All right.
First question comes from Russ. Russ's question looks like it starts off as a statement but ends up as a question. We regularly add new business locations to GBP, and in the last couple of months, we noticed. I feel like I have to read this dramatically now too because your dramatic reading was so amazing. So,
Dude, actually, all of these require dramatic reading.
okay, let's do it. So, Russ says, we regularly add new business locations to GBP. And in the last couple of months, we noticed that Google is no longer showing an opening date on the GBP listing. This has resulted in customers coming into our stores prior to the business opening when the staff was still in training and construction was going on. Have either of you seen this recently and know if it's a bug, or is this intentional?
Hmm. See, I was actually more interested in listening to you read it than actually the context that of the actual question itself. So now I'm going to have to go back and read it. Jeez. Oh no, Chad. We are not done yet. Sorry. All right. Opening days. So this is really interesting, actually, because opening dates really haven't been working very well for like the past year and a 2 years,
Two
actually.
years now, about, yeah.
Yeah, ever since they did video verification only, you cannot really put that opening date in there because if you're not open, you can't get verified because you don't have your signage, usually, right? And you usually don't have an office. So this is kind of a nothing burger of a question.
Actually, Russ, can we claim by bulk API? Russ, what kind of business is this? It's multiple locations, so I'm thinking it's some sort of like retailer franchise, multi-location business. Franchise. Okay, so you're setting up the profiles before the actual store is open. Why would you not do like what Michael just said in the chat? Just list on the hours that it's closed every day until you're open.
Yeah, you totally can do that. Close, show no hours. Why not just make a market temporarily closed?
Or why are you setting it up 30 days before it's open?
Yeah,
Like if you're able to get it bulk approved because you've got that ability to do so, you know you're going to be able to get it set up without a problem. Why are you doing it 4 weeks before you're open? Do it a week before you're open.
yeah, exactly. Or like I said, just mark it temporarily closed for right now. That's probably the easiest way to go about this. Yeah, exactly, Stephen. Right. User behavior is not to look at the details.
Uh, wh- uh, Russ, without telling us what the business actually is, can you just tell us what the vertical is? Hair salons. You know what? We should probably, Ben, for future reference, when we ask questions to the chat, we should probably make sure we read out the answers because if people are listening on a replay, this part's going to make no sense.
Yeah, you're probably right about that.
So we asked Russ that, and he says it's hair salons. So that would make sense. I could see, but also, like most hair salons, you have to have an appointment to go to the hair salon. You don't just walk in unless it's like again, not looking for the name, but if it's like a Supercuts or a Great Clips or something that you can just do walk-ins, then that would make sense. Walk-ins are welcome. Okay, then yeah. If that's
But
the case and you're
they're
starting to have
saying
issues
here,
with it, I just wouldn't set it up a month ahead of time.
well, they're also saying they've gone the temporarily closed route, but they think it sucks because they didn't have to do it before. So what? You think you didn't have to do it before, but now you have to. You have to kind of roll with the punches.
Yeah, I mean, I don't see any other option other than option one, market temporarily closed until it's open. Option two, just don't set it up a month ahead of time. Set it up a week ahead of time.
Right. I mean, these locations are probably not going to get suspended or not going to have to go through manual verification. So you're fine. Just mark it temporarily closed for right now. That's what
Yeah.
yeah, that is the recommendation. All right.
Michael's comment, these are the same people that post on Facebook or Nextdoor and ask what the opening hours are or what the phone number is of a business because they can't just look at it on Google. So that is true. Like
Exactly.
some
You know
people are
the
just going to go, "Oh, it's there, let me go," and they won't look to see what the hours are or whatever. So,
I remember a time in my life when I was so cheeky that people would ask these kinds of questions, and I would literally reply with the website, let me Google that for you.com.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
You know, so just saying, that's like that is the only answer you can give to something like that. All right, fine, let's
Yep.
go. Okay, dramatic reading time. This question.
I feel like this needs to be our thing now. Uh, quick little spur of the moment poll in the chat, please. Should we stick with the dramatic reading of questions every time, or should we go back to just normal reading of the questions and maybe get through things a little faster? That was a very emphatic all capitals yes from Chad.
Yes, Stephen is
With
saying with
costumes. Oh man, don't even
costumes.
get me started. I will so rock costumes for this. But
Yeah, so I mean, so Greg actually has traditionally trained background in theater, right? So I could see you just like whipping out some kind of like, I don't know, some killer costumes. You've got to
oh,
have
I'm
some.
talking Hollywood style special effects makeup too. Like I will go crazy with this. Normal, but with hand gestures. I love that, Lindsay. That's amazing.
All
I
right.
feel like I gotta put my desk in stand mode so that I can stand back and really talk with my hands, you know?
Oh, okay. Well, I have an advantage over you there on that one now. I mean, I grew up on the East Coast. That's all we do is talk with our hands.
Yeah.
All right.
Okay.
Okay. Dramatic reading it is. Wait, hold on. What's the thing? Greg, the mouse can be connected up to three devices, by the way.
But one, I don't use a mouse. I use a Wacom pen and a tablet because I'm a designer in a past life. I actually never really learned how to use a mouse. I have not used a mouse in 25 years, probably.
Hmm.
I'm awful. I'm like, it looks like my mouse is broken when I try to use a mouse. I'm just not good at it because I use the tablet thing. So,
Okay. Well, at least for me, it'll work. Okay. Fine.
yeah.
All right. Here we go. All right. So this question would just so happen to be for you, Greg Gifford. This is from Chad. Chad asks, I am working with this client. It's a really long URL for Red Diesel Enterprises. I plan to go do a video verification for him Monday. Can you tell me any kind of tips that I might need to know before I do it? I know that he has a sign at the end of the drive, but I do not know as anything on if he has anything on the building. I don't even know if he has Wi-Fi in the shop. And yes, I know the GBP has issues. It's process with a slightly smiling face.
I'm looking at the website, and on the website, I see the services listed as emergency roadside repair, class 8 truck and trailer repair, specialized services, heavy duty towing, and truck and trailer tires. So this looks to be like a hybrid business that has a physical location. I should share my screen. Thanks for that, Axel.
Yep.
So hybrid location. We have a physical storefront where the shop is that he's doing repairs in shop, but he also is a service area business. So I honestly do not work with businesses that are hybrid businesses, but I do know. I actually do have, like Rachel pointed out, there's a video on the Search Lab site that literally outlines everything that you need to show. I don't remember what it is, but if you look back, I posted it probably 3 or 4 months ago on our blog. There you go. Rachel is on top of stuff. Look at this.
Dude, Rachel is
Rachel,
Rachel's
Rachel's like
either
our
dude,
unofficial
Rachel's either
assistant right
gunning
now.
for your job or she wants to be on the show.
Right, right. So Chad, this is the video right here. The link is right, it's in the chat so you can get it. But for everyone listening later, if you just Google tips for shooting your Google business profile verification video and search lab, then this video will pop up. And in the video, I walk through both what needs to be in the video for a storefront and what needs to be in the video for a service area business. So when you go to do that for this business, you currently already have this set up as a storefront, which is fine. So the the question, Chad, you say that there is a sign at the end of the drive. How long is this drive? They're not like a mile off of the road, are they? Maybe 100 feet. Okay, you're fine. That's not too far. So really make sure that you don't have other people in the video. You don't want anyone's faces in the video because you'll fail if that happens.
Right.
Start out at the front, show the sign. Now, this looks like it's probably a pretty rural area, so there won't be a street sign right out front either, will there be? He said very rural. So at the end of the road, which is how far from the end of the drive, if you're out by the sign at the end of the drive, how far is the street sign from that ish? Long ways. Okay. Because basically what Google wants is they want proven location that you're actually where you say you are. Potentially this can be problematic in a rural area because if you're gonna be down by the street sign and then go to the sign and then go inside on a pre-recorded video, that video is gonna end up being too long. So I would, yeah, I mean, maybe there's a mailbox marked on the road where you can prove it. If the address is on the sign, maybe that's helpful. But show the sign and then do all the normal stuff that it says in the video for a storefront business. You need to show the sign, you need to show the office and that they have access to get into the workshop. So, like, show them unlocking it. That should really be it. Potentially, if he's got tow trucks and stuff, showing that there is a logo on the side of the tow trucks and letting them know, yes, we are hybrid service. That's pretty much it. Like that should handle it. There shouldn't really be anything that crazy about it. Not having
Hmm.
Wi-Fi in the shop shouldn't matter because you should be able to just do it as a phone call.
Yep.
Anything to add, my friend?
Well, I mean, Wi-Fi is not going to matter, right? Because you're all going to be on your cell network, right? So it's okay. That's totally fine. The only other things you might want to do, just because of the nature of this business, is you might want to show some tools. You might want to show, like, zoom in on the type of tools they are. You might want to go ahead and show a business card. You might want to show an invoice. These are more service area based business types of items, but since you're a hybrid, they can apply. But realistically, it's going to come down to the signage at the end of the day and the street signs proving the existence. And also, one of the last tip, and this is just for everybody, look on Google Earth. Look on Google Earth and see what other businesses are around the area or streets and try to zoom in on those types of things because Google does look at the Google Earth, not Google Maps. They look at Google Earth to figure out if you actually are affiliated with the business or in that area.
Also, Chad, obviously, like you mentioned, there are some issues with the GBP, but looking in the photos here, I see a lot of the photos are uploaded by Travis Reed, and since it's Reed Diesel Enterprises, I'm assuming this is the business owner. But Travis Reed's Google account is not associated with the GBP. So
Uh,
these images that are images of his business uploaded by the owner do not appear in the uploaded by owner section. The only thing we see is this image. So I would maybe try to re-upload those photos or add Chad as a manager or Travis, sorry, as a manager so that
it
the
won't
by
automatically.
owner photos, it's not going to really affect anything, but just in general, it looks better to have the actual photos of the business come from the business and not from somebody just with the same last name.
Yeah, it won't automatically switch the images over though. You know that, right?
Yeah, but once he's attached, he could re-upload the images because all these are, I mean, look, this one's 11 years ago. There's another one that was like 7 years ago.
You
Maybe
should
that
you
one.
should
Yeah,
delete
a bunch of
those.
these are like 11 years old, 7 years old, whatever. Like that one's 7 years. Like just from a trust perspective with customers, get the photos uploaded by the business. It just looks better. It's not going to affect your verification, but that's just a little something you can work on when you're working on the GVP updates.
Exactly.
All right.
Oh,
Next question for you comes from our buddy Paul. Oh, I'm sorry. It comes from anonymous attendee. So anonymous says, "Hello. I manage the corporate Facebook account for a franchise business, and I want to keep control of the corporate account. How do you recommend I structure the franchise owner's individual Facebook store location pages? I was thinking of having the franchise owner create his own Facebook business account and give him access to his individual store location pages and remove them from the corporate account so the corporate account is not affected. I would like to know your thoughts.
It's actually one half dozen than the other, really. I mean, the best way to go about it is number one, corporate should always own assets from franchisees.
For sure.
I mean, I know you're working for the franchisee, but trust me, you don't want to piss off the franchisor because the franchisor, that's where your gold is. And you want to get into the franchisor and work with the franchisor, not against. So taking assets away from the franchisor will do nothing but piss them off. And you'll have a franchisee, but that's about all the only franchisee you will ever work with until the franchisor tells them to stop working with you, which they would have to do. Anyway, how do you do it? Yes, of course, you can go ahead and have a Facebook Business Manager, have them claim it, put it into the Facebook Business Manager. Bob's your uncle. Whatever you do, don't give them full control, ownership, access of this because they will remove you, remove themselves, or do all sorts of stupid shit. Excuse my French. That will basically piss off you and the franchisor, by the way.
Yeah, so then you keep corporate owned by corporate, and then the individual locations are separate entities, and then corporate is just added as a manager to those. So corporate still has access to them, but the individual locations don't have access to corporate. That's how I would structure it.
Anonymous attendee followed up with their name. We are not going
Well,
to
I
reveal.
mean, she already answered in the chat too, so we kind of blew it for.
Never mind. Now the cover's blown.
Okay, I actually have a question. Olivia, now that we know that it's you and we can say that since you already chatted to us, did you mean to ask this anonymously or did it was a random setting and it just happened that way? I'm just curious. Maybe she won't answer now. She's like, oh my gosh, they know who I am. Oh, it was an accident. Okay, cool.
All right. Okay. Okay.
Um, there we go.
Moving on. This question, my friend, will be for you.
All right, let's do it.
This is coming from none other than Michael Parker. Thank you, Michael. Greg, I have a client who had added their city name to the end of their GBP name many years ago. Before I took over about 6 years ago. So they added the name 6 years ago.
So many years is more than 6 years, by the way.
Right.
Yeah.
Isn't many more considered like three?
I, I,
Maybe
no, that would be several.
several.
Yes.
Okay. All right. Okay. So what would many then really be?
More than six, obviously.
More than six.
Yeah.
Well, that's according to Michael.
Well, I mean, I would kind of agree. Many should be more than a handful. Like a handful's 4 or 5, several's 3, a couple is 2. So many would need to be more than 5 or 6 for sure.
But how come not 10?
Because then you would just say a decade,
Possibly. 9?
almost a decade.
Kind of decade.
11 would be almost a dozen. 12 would be a dozen. 24 would be dozens. So yeah, like I think many is more than 6, but less than a dozen.
Okay.
Anyway,
Anyway, so, but 3 weeks ago, I decided it was about time to delete the city from the GBP, thinking that Google is smart enough to know where we are at. And yes, I got suspended. I had the office do the video. I have a question on that one. Do what video? And within 4 hours, we were back up. What video? A week later, we were suspended again and did nothing. Yet, we responded to reviews and we did posts. You can't do that when you're suspended. I got questions, Michael.
yeah, me too.
Did the video again. Again, I still have questions. What video? And within a few hours, we were back up. I think he's confusing unverified with suspended.
I think so too.
All right. Because that's what it sounds like. Just last week, we got suspended, unverified again, doing nothing but reviews and posts. Video done, back up. I feel that I'm in a crazy loop and it's going to happen again. Have you ever heard about this? Ah, Michael's right. Michael's
Yep.
it's
Okay.
right. Okay.
So Michael and everyone else, there's a big difference between Google asking for re-verification and Google suspending you. If they're asking for re-verification, you still have access to your profile. If you're suspended, you're out and you potentially aren't even showing up in search results. So if you're still able to reply to reviews and do posts, you're not suspended. They're just asking you to re-verify. And the reason they're asking you to re-verify is because many years ago, which is more than six, the business name had that included in it and has been that way for a very long period of time. And now many years later, you're changing the business name. So Google is going, wait a minute, you've had this name forever. Now you say it's something different. And potentially, here's another question, Michael. The business name with the city included, does that exist in citations as well, or do the citations not include the city name?
Yep, of course they do.
Is the yep responding to that there are other citations with the city name? Yes. Okay, so your problem is always remember at the absolute simplest level that we can talk about it, Google is a pattern detection program. So if the pattern for many years, which is more than six, is this business
That's
name
enough.
includes the city, and now 99% of the pattern still includes the city, but your GBP doesn't, Google's going to continually go, wait a minute here. And you might do the video and get re-verified, and Google's like, all right, fine. But then Google still sees you're not changing it anywhere else. So if you really do want to remove the business name, you're going to need to go change it on all of the citations out there. And everywhere that references the business name that includes the city, or potentially you could keep getting this asked over and over and over again. The other side of it is, I wouldn't necessarily have changed it. Like, are you really going to get in trouble for having the city name on the profile? Like, technically, you're violating guidelines, but if it's verified and you haven't been suspended, like, man, I'm not touching anything lately on any of my clients' profiles unless like, I'll do posts, obviously. I'll respond to reviews. But other than responding to reviews or doing posts, I'm not changing anything on a regular basis or at all unless there's incorrect information that I need to change. Because lately, I mean, it's not been as bad as it was last year when Ben and I joked about breathing on your keyboard and getting suspended. But any significant change, especially to the name of the business or switching from storefront to service area, you're for sure going to at least have to re-verify or maybe get suspended. So,
Wait a minute, Greg. You just talked about a suspension. That's enough to cause a suspension.
I'm pretty much, like, I bet right now I'm about to have Slack blow up because every single one of our clients just got suspended because I mentioned being suspended.
Yeah, yeah, of course, that's going to happen. Michael, in answer to your question, yes, verification can interrupt your LSAs. Abso-freaking-lutely. Suspension verifications will shut down your LSAs usually within a 2 week period. It's just whenever their cron job catches up to it. That's really all it is. And then you have to go ahead. But the bigger issue that you have is that you've got this 6-year-old name, whatever that was out there, and now your name doesn't match what's on your LSA. That guess what? That's going to shut down your LSA as well.
There we go.
Boom.
All
Done.
right, so it's your turn now. Angie has an excellent question.
All right. Let's do it. Dramatic style.
Man, I want to try to do a voice, but like I can't do an accent because that would be offensive if it's a wrong accent. So we'll just keep
It depends on
with
which one you're going to go for.
yeah. So, hey Greg and Ben, we have a new senior living cooperative being built. I'd love to start promoting unit sales immediately. Pause in the dramatic reading to ask Angie, why does having a Google business profile or not influence whether you can promote unit sales? You can do whatever you want with unit sales, whether you have a GBP up or not. But I was able to get the profile created. They verified by phone and then was unverified. And they're requesting a video of what is now an empty
Yep.
field. We do have a sales office for the overarching parent cooperative management company. Is that an official name?
It
Overarching parent
is.
cooperative management company? But they already have a GBP. Can I put a business within that business? It has its own sales director and website. Any ideas? Thank you.
You know what that sounds like? Overarching parent cooperative management company. That sounds like there's a movie. Which movie am I thinking
I
about?
don't know, but it does sound like something
Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy. That's
something
what that
like that for
sounds like that
sure.
whole,
Yes.
and I'm just going to say, so the answer is 42. All
Yeah.
right, good enough. All right, so the problem here is that I'm going to have to actually say I don't think this thing qualifies. Okay. Number one, you've got the actual place sales office, which already has a GBP, right? Secondarily, you've got a place which basically is not open at the moment. And so
It doesn't
it's
exist. It's
an
an empty
open
field.
field. Exactly, right. So you're not going to be able to verify it. Whenever it goes back to a verification state, that's because you failed verification, period. You'll probably try it again and it'll probably get completely, utterly suspended and you will not get it back up. In other words, at the end of the day, it does not qualify for a Google business profile. Go ahead, start doing your sales. Go ahead, start opening a Yelp page or whatever you want to. But yeah,
And Angie just said in the chat they cannot break ground until they have 60% sales. But again, Angie, I would say, who cares about the GBP? Promoting sales of the units has zero tie to whether you have a verified GBP or not. You're not going to be able to get a GBP because at this point, you don't even know when this place is opening.
yeah, exactly. No, yeah, no GPP. No GPP for you.
And why would you need I'm wondering if we're missing something, Ben. Angie, can you let us know why the GBP is influencing whether or not you can promote sales of units?
More than likely, they just think that people are going to find them that way. It's not what Maps is for.
Oh, it doesn't. They're just trying to do everything they can. Yeah. You're not going to be able to use GBP for it anyway. And selling a unit in a retirement community, the GBP is not going to matter anyway. The
No.
people, like my parents just moved into a retirement community. I mean, you're hitting it hard I'm hoping, Angie, this is part of an already known entity and you're just adding a new location. This is not like a brand new business that's never existed. Right. Okay. So you already have at least a corporate website that says, here's our different properties. Here's how we're different and better than all of the other retirement communities and collectives or whatever you guys are calling it with the Ben removed it from the question, so I can't read the Hitchhiker's Guide title. But
Go to the answered. Go to answered. Okay, and you can get it, my man.
oh, okay. I want to read it
It
again because
is
I
the
like the turn of phrase.
overarching parent cooperative management company.
Exactly. So, what people are going to care about if you're trying to sell units is how much is it like because for everyone here that has never dealt with the whole retirement community thing, it's mind-boggling how expensive this stuff is. Like we're talking most of the time at a minimum you're putting $250,000 down just to move in. And
Yep.
that's at a not even that great place with not great amenities. Anything that's halfway decent, you're talking 400 to $500,000 down payment just to move in that you're not going to get back, and then it's still $4,000 or $5,000 a month to live there. So these people are not going to care about a GBP. They're going to care about what does it look like. You have the advantage of sharing the fact that this is a brand new build, so it's going to be amazing and brand new, and nobody's lived there before. But they want to know what are the amenities and what are you getting for the money. That's what you're going to have to worry about marketing. I wouldn't even worry about the GBP. Yeah, like
Yeah, exactly. Go other places. Go open up some Google Ads. It's fine.
yeah, like I would go with ads. Yeah, there's all kinds of other stuff. The GBP, like honestly, even if you could get the GBP set up, the GBP is going to have zero influence on you selling new units anyway.
Yep. Too early.
All right. So that means, wait, did I read that one or did you read that one? We are so
You
bad.
You read that one.
Okay, so this one's for me. Ooh, and it's a roast. Sweet.
Yes, 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 yes. So, Lindsay Jones has a question for you. Would you roast my competitor? Please and thanks. There was really nothing dramatic about that, by the way.
Oh, but we can make the roast dramatic.
Of course, you can attempt to make the roast dramatic. I got a jet 5 minutes early on this one, by the way.
Oh, that's fine. We got 5 minutes to knock this out then.
Yep, yep.
All right. So here's what we're looking at. Transforce sounds like something in a movie, like a sci-fi movie.
Transforces
Transforce Trucking Company.
more than meets truck. Whatever.
Okay. Well, that's odd. On maps, it is Transforce with a capital. When I do the search here, it does not have the capital. I wonder if that is
Check the phone numbers.
not the same thing. That is New Jersey. This one is
Yeah, it's a different business.
maybe. Is it or is it transforce.com and
Yeah, one's Fort Worth, one's New Jersey, man.
right, but it's the same company. So
Yeah,
what's the correct name?
they're national, so
Ah, so the Fort Worth one does not have correct spelling in the name.
yeah, they're a national organization, which means somebody screwed up there too.
West Deptford.
So, Lindsay, which one should we be looking at?
This one. This is the one that we were looking at. So Transforce 3.7 on only 10 reviews is not great. I bet they're not answering their reviews. And they're not.
Nope, nope, not even the good reviews.
No answer. They shorted me on my check. No answer
Ouch.
to that. That's not great.
Wait, shorted me on on my check. You can get that one removed.
Yep, you can get that one. Well, this is their competitor. So we don't want them to remove that review. Leave the bad reviews up, right?
Yeah.
So trucking company is the only category. Um, no description. Oh, there's a description. A leading provider of CDL driver staffing compliance workforce solutions for carriers and fleets. We connect safe, qualified drivers. So it's a staffing company for truck drivers.
Mm,
I mean, there's not a whole lot here. I always like checking this because most people will link to this, and they have not ever tweeted.
of
So
course not.
why I don't get why people, and I've had a lot of conversations recently with dealerships that are doing the same thing. Like, why are you linking to Twitter if you don't use Twitter? Why are we linking to
Well,
Instagram?
so those could be legacy, though. They could be the automatic ones that were added.
It could be, but then like here, they've only posted 6 times. Oh, it's desktop. I don't know, but who knows how old those posts are, and those aren't compelling. Like, why would anyone care to look at that? Let's see what they do on Facebook. Oh, this isn't the right browser for Facebook.
Eh.
Sorry. Um, yeah, I mean, there's not a whole lot here to roast or look at, honestly.
Well,
Uh,
the only thing to roast, really, the big thing there is just like freaking answer your reviews.
I mean, they have locations all over the place.
Are they doing posts?
They're not. Yeah, no, it's nothing. Whoops, this one. No posts, no nothing. I would do posts for sure, but
No posts. Not answering the reviews.
also like why would a Google business profile matter for this? Because a company looking for driver solutions is not going to go look locally. They're just going to be like, I need drivers for my truck. They're not going to care about a business profile.
No, this is more to more to attract people that are going to basically get hired, right? That's really what it's for.
Oh, what are people saying? What's where hand gestures? Wait, what? I missed all sorts of stuff in the chat there.
But yeah, they want to see hand gestures.
Yeah, Angie, you're doing a ton of direct mail and sales are slow. Yeah, like direct mail is not going to work for selling the retirement stuff.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, URL tracking. Good call, Stephen. Um,
Why do you want to place a link to the GBP on the website, Axel?
Here's a good one, just for everyone to pay attention to. When we look at the UTM tracking, they have the medium set to organic dash search. That's incorrect. It needs to be just organic because that's going to create a separate channel inside of Google Analytics, where if you're going to look at traffic by channel, you're now going to have organic and organic dash search, which is boneheaded. Like
Yep, yep, yep,
that's
yep.
just lazy and incorrect. Um,
All right, bro. We gotta wrap it up.
yeah, I mean that's about it. There's not a whole lot with that one.
All right.
Sorry, Lindsay.
All right, everybody. Thank you. Have an amazing, wonderful weekend. Thank you for joining, of course, as always, my friend. Good to see you.
Always happy to be here.
Yes, and we'll see you, of course, in freaking Dallas, brother.
Yeah, I know.
So, but everybody have a wonderful, wonderful weekend. We will see you in 2 weeks.
Take care, everybody.
Craig, send me the transcription, please.
I will.
Yep. Awesome.
See
Bye,
ya.
everybody. See ya.